The WWE fixed a premium live event problem with an in-ring revamp. And it's time for a superstar to take a title and start their run as champ.
And here we go.
Is like gravity. All it takes is a little push.
What's up, guys? How you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Glad you stopped by. And if you're brand new, welcome. Grab a seat and stay a while. But do me a couple favors first. Go down and hit that subscribe button. Go next door, ring that bell. Make sure it says all so you know when the next video pops up. Hit that like button. And before you head out, drop a comment. And if you're one of the regulars here, welcome back for another round. I ask that you also hit that like button. And before you leave, drop a comment, because YouTube does love the comments. And of course, share the video out on all social media. Yeah, King and Queen of the Ring. It is just days away. This premium live event set to take place in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia is, again, packed full of championship matches. And the crowning of a new King and Queen of the Ring. Now, SmackDown did alleviate a bit of confusion after one of the championship matches, and yet another championship match, despite being set up perfectly, has some fans wanting the WWE to wait a little while longer. As confusing as that is, let's take a look at this past SmackDown and Raw.
Here we go, here we go!
So we're going to start with SmackDown, which was held in Jacksonville, Florida. Great wrestling town down there. Now, the first match started off the night with a King and Queen of the Ring qualifying match. This was the EST of the WWE, Bianca Belair, in her match against the center of the universe, that being Tiffany Stratton. Now, these two put on a great match, which saw the experience of Bianca Belair overcome the talented rookie as Bianca advances to the SmackDown Finals.
It's so badass.
Now, the other women's match had Jade Cargill versus Nia Jax. This match was sloppy, but overall not horrible. It's led to a disqualification by Jade Cargill when Nia Jax yelled at Jade's daughter, who was sitting at ringside, and Jade hit her with a chair shot. Now, this set up next week's SmackDown final between Bianca Belair and Nia Jax to see who heads to Saudi Arabia. Now, on the men's side, Randy Orton kind of tipped us off all last week as to what the results of this night were going to be, and he was not wrong, as Randy Orton and Tama Tonga will be heading to the SmackDown final. Now, there was some confusion in regards to the Cody Rhodes versus Logan Paul match, as it sounded like it was going to be champion versus champion, title for title. Well, at the contract signing, Logan introduced a new contract in which only Cody's Universal WWE Championship would be on the line. Now, because why would the WWE ever want to have Cody Rhodes hold two title belts at the same time?
That makes no sense.
And now that brings us to this past Monday on Raw from Greensboro, North Carolina. Now we're going to talk about the men's and women's King and Queen of the Ring matches, and then we'll go on with the rest of the show. So early on before their match, Io Sky had cut this great video promo package, which is kind of sad that it seems that at least on the Raw side of the women's division, that the best promo work comes from someone who doesn't speak English. Now, this going into their match against the upstart Lyra Valkyria, and you can tell that the WWE has very high hopes for the NXT call-up as she went over, defeating Io Sky, and will head to the finals in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia to face the winner of the SmackDown Women's Final. My bet, Nia Jax. Now, on the men's side, we had Gunther, the Ring General, versus Jey Uso. Now, I had my doubts about this match. I was really hoping that they were not going to put Jey Uso over the Ring General. And thankfully, my faith was restored as Gunther not only defeated, but absolutely dismantled Jey Uso and will be headed to the King of the Ring finals.
That is impressive. I mean, impressive.
Now, there were some other highlights in a non-title match. Chad Gable defeated Sami Zayn with some help from Otis from the outside, which added to a great little storyline in the backstage area. But this added some spice for the triple threat match going into this Saturday between Sami Zayn, Chad Gable, and Big Bronson Reed. Now, in other tag team action, the Awesome Truth defeated Judgment Day members Finn Balor and JD McDonough to retain their World Tag Team Champions. And in a fatal four-way tag team match, Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark became the #1 contenders for the Women's Tag Team Championships.
And moving on.
And then also Becky Lynch and Liv Morgan going into their match. They had a verbal exchange in which Becky, for a second week in a row, makes it known that Liv has never defeated her.
Ah, foreshadowing.
Whew. So yeah, the Liv Morgan Revenge Tour. A program, some long-term booking for her that finally has a title that she's chasing right here. And she is so close to it. And yet there are some out there who seem to think that it's not time yet, or that it's too soon.
Are you stupid or something?
Now allow me to explain why Liv Morgan is not only going to be the new Women's World WWE Champion, but why it's going to happen this Saturday as well. For starters, as I just mentioned earlier, Becky Lynch has made it a point to mention in promos that Liv has never defeated her one-on-one, which, if you follow patterns of televised wrestling content, you make claims like that. 9 times out of 10, your next match, you're losing.
Yeah, that is true. That is definitely true.
Also, this will be Liv's first run as a heel champion, and her first feud has already been set up. This will be Lyra Valkyria, who has come to the aid of Becky numerous times, sometimes at the hands of Liv Morgan. We've even seen backstage incidents between the two, just adding to that heel heat for Liv Morgan. So when Becky loses, your next opponent is ready to go. No need to restart a storyline. You've already got it going. Now, as far as Becky Lynch,
You shouldn't be here.
Becky's supposed to be on vacation with her husband and her daughter. Right now, she's doing the company a solid when Rhea Ripley went down with injury and WWE Creative had to create a storyline real quick on the fly. Becky stepped in to fill this gap. And also, not to mention, Becky Lynch's contract expires next week. And number 4, and we're going to talk about a little less about Becky and a little about Liv right here. This is a much more sadistic Liv Morgan. So much that if my own little fantasy booking here, I would see her drop the Oblivion finisher and go into her arsenal and use the Rings of Saturn submission hold. So it's not just to beat Becky. It's to make Becky tap out. Make Becky say, I quit. And my last point is, this story, the Liv Morgan Revenge Tour, has nothing to do about Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch is just a small chapter in the overarching story, just like Lyra Valkyria is going to be a small chapter in the overarching story. Because in this story, the long-term booking, this story ends where it started, with Rhea Ripley. But these are just my thoughts. I'm going to turn it back over to you. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. Be sure to check me out tonight to get more insight on this. Wednesday night, 7 p.m. Pacific, for simulcasting from Legion Talk. Myself, Ryan Legion, Bradley Burnett, Duke Devil 95, and Left Eye Ego. Wednesday night is overbooked. But yeah, thanks for stopping by, folks. Again, quick reminder before you head out the door, hit that subscribe button, ring that bell. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like the video, hey, thanks for sticking around this long. I appreciate that. And I will see you guys all very soon. Hope you're having a great week. Have a great rest of the week ahead of you. And always have fun. Hashtag keep talking. And always keep that smile on your face. Toodles.
I'd say you better subscribe or we'll bash in some skulls, right?